This is Eduardo Jumbo. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to set up Git and GitHub and create your first repository. Okay, so before I begin, quick reminder that I do a live stream every single day. Go to ojumbo.com, go to the watch menu, the live sub menu, you'll see the topics for the current and future live streams. And also be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Thank you very much. And as you can see, each of those articles, it will have a little snippet at the top, tell you day and time of the live stream. It's always 2 p.m. Eastern time. And you're free to join the live chat during the live stream. And it will, any request about programming or lifestyle is perfectly fine. And this is the channel. You can click here, go to the channel for that particular article or topic, and then you can submit your requests. Okay, now with that said, let's get started. So Git and GitHub are essential tools for developers, offering version control and collaboration features that make managing projects easier, whether you're working solo or as part of a team. Git helps you track changes in your code, while GitHub allows you to host your code online and collaborate with others. In this post, we'll walk through the process of setting up Git and creating your first repository on GitHub. Plus, we'll dive into how open source projects can benefit from these tools. Okay, if you don't know what open source is, software, that means it's source code that's available for anyone to view, modify, and distribute. This fosters a collaborative environment where developers from all over the world contribute to projects, making them more robust and innovative. So what that means is, for example, like the Linux kernel, even Git itself is actually an open source project where anybody from around the world can submit code or code reviews or changes, request modifications, because everybody can look at the code. So if you're on, I'll show you now how to install Git on your local machine. So if you are using, if you're on Windows or Linux or macOS, you can get Git from its official website. So the official website is git-scm.com. This is where, actually I should split this out here and show you. So you see, you go to git-scm.com and then downloads. This is where, for example, if you're in Windows, this is where you get the Windows. It's a link. I have it on the article. I might put it in the description as well, so you can see you can get it for the 64-bit architecture or the ARM 64-bit architecture. There's also portable versions for both the 64-bit Intel AMDs and the ARM 64. And as it shows the instructions, there's also a GUI if you can get, but in this case we're just going to talk about the command line. So if we go just to the regular downloads, as you can see, there's a macOS version, there's a Windows version, and there's also a Linux version. Basically all you need is just the client. So the command line for this tutorial is perfectly fine. You see detected I'm on Linux, so I can download it, but because I'm on Linux, I can get it, I can install it from my repository. And if you're on, for example, macOS, you can also get it there, and you can follow the instructions. So what will happen is, once it's installed, let me close this up. So once it's installed on the command line, you can simply type git space and 2 hyphens, and you type version. So as you can see, the version I have installed on my Fedora Linux is Git version 2.50.1. So that's the version I have. So you can type this same command whether you're using Git Bash on Windows or on Mac OS or on Linux. As you saw, you will get something to tell you the version you have installed. At the time of this recording, this is the version that I have on my system. Okay, now also if you're on Linux, the way you can install it from your repository is, for example, if you're on Debian type systems, you would type something like sudo apt-get install git, or for example, I'm on Red Hat Linux type system or Fedora, so I type dnf space install git. That's it. All right, so the next thing you need to do is you need to set up your account. So you'd go to GitHub. So I have the link here in the article. It's available on ojambo.com. So what you do is you go to GitHub. I can tear this off. So you get github.com, and then because I have an account, so I would sign in. But if you don't have an account, what you do is you'd go to you see, you click here to sign up. So you click on sign up, and then you fill in your information here, and then you'll be able to create an account. So once you create your account, you can then configure, you follow the instructions. So for example, I already have one for me here. See, if I go to Ojambo, that's my username. You see, I have I do only have one repository, public repository. I do have some private ones for client work, but this is the public one. You see, I have a test repository, so this is the one I do have, and this one was created. I'm not sure it will tell us the date it was created, but this was created a very long time ago. I think it was created in 2011. So yeah, this has been around for a very long time, and you can see I don't have any public activity yet since this was created. So okay, so with that said, as you can see, this logo is also a little bit dated, but hey, that's the way it goes. So anyway, so this is it. So for example, if I want to clone this particular repository, it's actually empty, but if I want to clone it, basically you see, you can fork it here, you can start. You see, this is all I need. You see, it says Ojambo dot and then that's a username up here, and then test is the that's the public. So I could clone this, and you'll see this later. Okay, so back to the command line here. The first time you need to install Git, you also need to configure. You need to configure the your name and your email address. So to do that, you simply just type git config, and then you type, if global, if it's just you, global, then you type in your username. So for example, user.name, then you type in your name. So in my case, my name would be Edward Ojambo. Okay, so that's how I would, as you can see, that's how you do it. And then you can also put your username. So this would be email, right? So then you put your email in here, whatever your email is. So for example, I can say edward@ojamboshow.local, or whatever, you know. So there you go. So you put your global, so you configure it that way. See, it's global, meaning that when you create project, it will use the same global configuration. You can also make a local configuration. So instead of global here, you can choose local. So you can do that as well. Next, so we can create a repository. So in GitHub, once you log in, you click the plus button and you create a repository. So you saw how I create, and then whatever name you want to choose, and you see I chose a public one, and that's how we created the repository. Now I'm going to clone that repository. So if we go here, you see this is an empty folder down here. So next thing what I'll do is I'll just type git clone https, and then I type github.com. Remember, my username was Ojambo. You don't have to be specific there, it's case insensitive. And then the repo was test. So you can type test.git, usually it's test.git. And as you can see, it's an empty repository, so there's nothing in there. So you see now we have this repository here. I've cloned it, and you see it's test. So it's automatically create test. There's nothing inside test. So let me cd into test. So if we cd into test here, I'm gonna show the hidden folders. So to show the hidden folders here, it's Control H, and you see there's a .git. There's a .git folder. So this is there's a config here. So let's look at this config file. Let me open it up with the text editor just to show you what it looks like. I'll zoom in a little bit here. So as you can see, the remote origin is https github obviously .com/ojambo.task.git, and you see that's how it's going to fetch, and the branch is the master branch. So this was created before they're trying to push people to go to main instead of master, but that's how it was created back then. And the remote origin, and see this is the default thing. So if I because I have credentials and everything, I could actually push things to this because I'm the owner, obviously. So if you add people to this repository, they will be able to also create their own branches and then push things updated as well. So we don't need that. Just want to show that to you. So let's go back out here. So right now there's only a .git, a hidden folder on the Linux and Unix type systems. Okay, so now that's said, so we have cd'd into the this project, and let's add some files. So I can type git add. I'm gonna add a readme.md. Oops, I forgot to. So let me create the file first. Readme.md. MD stands for Markdown. So this is readme, it's just a text file. So you see this file is empty. So let's open it up in the text editor as well. So you see it's just an empty file. So I'll just say this is the first file for this repository created during a live stream. Okay, tutorial. Okay, whatever. Okay, so that's done. So I'll just minimize this for now, just in case we need it. Now, if I go back here, so I can add this file. Now you see I've added it, and now I can commit this change. So what I can do is I can just type git commit, and the message I want to say, so I'll just say added readme file. And you can see, so this I've saved my changes. Now if I wanted to push this to that repository, I would use git push. Instead of main, it's master. So if I wanted to, I would just type git push origin master. Now the reason I use master, because remember I said I created this repository a long time ago, I think 2011. So it still uses master. You see in the article it says main. As I said, they're moving away from master. They're moving away from words like master and slave in order to be more inclusive, whatever that means, right? So I'm perfectly fine with the word master and slave. Okay, and the rest of this are just screenshots, as you can see. So that's basically it. So if I was able to push that change, you'll be able to see it in on the Git repository on the remote one. But I'm not going to do that. As I said, this is just a tutorial, so you guys can easily follow along and just do everything I've just done here. So obviously, if it's an order repository, as I said, it's not going to have main. It's going to have master instead, which is perfectly fine. So congratulations, you have now set up Git and GitHub, created your first repository, and pushed your first commit. Git and GitHub are powerful tools that can help you manage your code and collaborate with others, especially for open source projects. If you want to dive deeper into Git and GitHub, be sure to check out my programming books and online courses for more in-depth tutorials. So my programming books are on Amazon. You can click the link. It's also in the description. My programming books are on jamboshop.com. They're also in the link and in the description as well. Okay, and for personal guidance, it's also available. I'm also available for one-on-one programming tutorials. Feel free to reach out to me. This link here is also in the description. That's ojambo.com/contact, basically the contact page. And this is the live stream, as you can see. So, as you can see, it's live. This is the screencast. Okay, so this was just a simple start to working with Git and GitHub. As you continue, you will explore more advanced features like branching, pull requests, and working with other developers and open source projects. All right, now, again, as I said, if you want to dive deeper into version control and open source, check out my online programming courses and get started there. So obviously they're on jamboshop.com. And also I want to remind everybody that I do a live stream every single day. So what you should do, you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Thank you very much. And I hope I'm going to check now for any live chat requests. I don't see any. So I'm going to end this live stream and hope you guys to catch you again tomorrow. So have a nice day and